So an illegal formation for Victor Valley. Not sure if you could pick that up on the crowd mic there, but Victor Valley illegal formation. So instead of taking the ball at the 31-yard line, LA Valley will take their chances. Victor Valley will have to move back 5 yards. So now they'll kick it from the 30. And the Monarchs a chance for some better field position. Craig Jones returned it the first time. Gary Gandy is on the near side deep for LA Valley. On the far side, looks like they've moved Jones over that way. The kick is off from the 30. It is to the near side. It's going to be Gandy fielding it at the 16. Gandy straight ahead, 25-30. Gandy tripped up at the 35 and bounces forward for a few more to the 38. So the decision to have Victor Valley re-kick it pays off for the Monarchs. They get nearly 10 additional yards. Instead of being at the 31, they'll end up, well, at the 38. So 22-yard return for Gary Gandy. And out comes the Monarch offense. We'll get a look at them. Very good offensive squad last season for the Monarchs. Nearly 60 points a game in conference play. A little slow to get things going early in the season, but picked up their stride late. It'll be a new offense this year. Jesse Padilla, quarterback in the gun on first down. Freshman out of Van Nuys. He will give it away on first down. It's a run to the right side and pick up a 3 to the 41. So LA Valley with positive yardage on first down. That was Gandy on the carry. So Gandy appearing early on the offensive and special teams units. So 2nd and 7 for LA Valley. They'll be at their 41, opening drive of the season. Glad you could join us tonight on sportsnetusa.net. So Padilla in the gun, Gandy to his right. 4 receivers split evenly to each side. Handoff to Gandy. This time goes to the left, and Gandy picks up a few more to the 44. So another 3 yards for Gandy. It'll be 3rd down or about 4 or 5, depending on the final spot. A couple of guys in there defensively for Victor Valley. So they'll spot it at the 44. LA Valley needs the 48, so 3rd down, 4 to go. First 3rd down of the season for LA Valley. They were pretty good on 3rd downs last year. And looking to get off to a good start this season. 3rd and 4, LA Valley at their 44, opening drive of the game. Padilla out of the gun. Pump fakes once, then gives it on a draw to Gandy. Gandy short of the first down marker. He's up to the 46, close to the 47. So it'll be 4th down and short. And now decision time for Lester Towns. He comes from the defensive side of the ball, so you would, just on paper, probably expect him to be a little bit conservative in some of these situations. But as of now, the offense is on the field. Time to change his mind. Play clock's at 15, but Coach Towns showing some confidence in his offense. They are on the field. Gandy over the left shoulder of Padilla, working out of the gun, 4th and about 1.5 yards from the 47. They snap it. It goes to Gandy with the first down and more. 40, 30. Gary Gandy inside the red zone. Chase from behind and a shoulders tackle inside the 5. A touchdown saving tackle for Victor Valley. That was Jacob Hatch in the secondary, freshman out of Mobile, Alabama. But about 50 yards on that run for Gary Gandy, and the Monarchs offense rewarding. Head coach Lester Towns showed they had confidence in them to stay on the field, get it done. If they don't get it, they turn it over in their own territory to Victor Valley, and obviously not the way you would have wanted to start the season, but what a run by Gary Gandy. 1st and goal, LA Valley at the 2. 58 yards on 4 carries for Gary Gandy. You'll get a breather as he heads to the bench. Padilla out of the gun, 1st and goal at the 2, gives it away on the left side and stuffed right around the line of scrimmage is the new running back, Ramon Huff. So Ramon Huff, just 5'8", but a stocky 180 pounds. Freshman out of Mission Hills, California, played his high school ball at Alamane. So no gain on the play. 2nd and goal at the 2 for LA Valley. 3 minutes into our game, LA Valley began at their 38. They now have 2nd and goal at the 2. And trying to grab an early lead here against Victor Valley. So Padilla stays in the gun, 2-back set. Huff behind him over his right shoulder is Gandy. It will go to Huff, and Huff with the run to the right side is stuffed again at the 2. So Huff never got that additional block he was looking for. They sent the front back Gandy. He had to provide a little extra protection, and Gandy a little bit undersized. You can tell that speed is going to be his strength more than the brawn. And now 3rd and goal at the 2-yard line for the Monarchs. So they convert the 4th down and now want to put points on the board. 3rd and goal at the 2. Nearly 4 minutes into our ball game. Huff to the right side of Padilla in the gun. 3 receivers left, 1 on the right. Shotgun snap, the handoff to Huff, and Huff is hit for a loss at the 5. So Victor Valley celebrating. They gave up the big play on the 4th down to set up the 1st and goal. And actually, there's a late flag out there. One of the officials signaling false start. Though I never actually saw the flag drop. And, well, whatever that was, it appears the flag has been picked up. So now it'll be 4th and goal from the 5 for LA Valley. So they get stuffed along the goal line, and now a chance to put up 3 points to start the night. Alec Messing, freshman kicker out of Silmar, will attempt a 22-yard field goal. Hold from Cordasco, and that one is blocked. It's picked up by Victor Valley running along the 25, 30, 40. This one has a chance to go all the way. Oh, boy. Taking it to the house, Carter Taylor, excuse me. Plays in the secondary, also on the special teams. And after Victor Valley blocks the punt, Carter Taylor picks it up, runs it all the way back. And officials talking about something. Points have not been put on the scoreboard yet. As we'll wait for the word from our referee tonight, Terry Bernard. Oh, there's a sigh of relief for the Monarchs fans. Offside against the Victor Valley Rams. That wipes out a blocked kick. That wipes out what would have been a return touchdown for Carter Taylor. Through no fault of his own. Has 6 points taken off his stat sheet, and LA Valley will have a chance to re-kick this one, try to grab a 3-0 lead. So it'll be at the 2.5-yard line. Ball was spotted at the 5 on the previous play. 4th and goal for LA Valley, who did not attempt to pass on this drive. Nothing but runs. Gary Gandy, 58 yards. And Huff with -2 on the drive. So after seeing the punt blocked, Towns is going to send his offense back on the field. Padilla's in the gun. It is Gandy to his left, 3 receivers on the left. Now they'll move 1 over to the right, so 2 each side. Padilla leads the charge up ahead himself, hit from behind, reaches forward to the goal line. I think he's about half a yard short. And they're going to mark him inside the 1-yard line. So LA Valley took it from their own 38 inside the 1. But couldn't get that final yard to punch it in for points. So this drive ultimately comes up empty for LA Valley, but I think you're going to look at the positive side here. They were able to move the ball downfield, move it well, and if nothing else, they're going to stuff Victor Valley in a pretty difficult position offensively here now, starting at their own 1-yard line. So 4 yards on the run for Padilla, but a turnover on downs for the Monarchs. As Victor Valley's offense will take the field for the first time, they'll be led out there by their quarterback, Brian Hughes, freshman out of Richmond, Georgia. 2 receivers each side, 1 man in the backfield to his left. As Hughes will start in the gun halfway deep into his own end zone. Shotgun snap, the handoff on 1st down, a run to the right side. And a short gain for Christian Lee. Stephen Bonner. 2 number 4s for Victor Valley. Lee is on the defensive end. Bonner, the running back out of Stockbridge, Georgia, is on the offensive side. So good pickup of about 5 yards. That'll move it to the 6. 2nd down and 5 for Victor Valley. No score, 9.5 to play in the opening frame. Shotgun snap, handoff to the left side, and stuffed for a safety for LA Valley. So LA Valley celebrating. They couldn't get the touchdown offensively, but they get the safety on the defensive end, and now they're going to say forward progress at the 1. I don't know about that. That tackle was about 4 yards deep into the end zone. I don't know how they make that call. And LA Valley, I think rightly feeling like they were robbed of 2 points. That tackle was halfway back towards the back of the end zone. A third and 11 from inside the 1. It'll be a quarterback keeper for Hughes, and Hughes going to pick up the 1st down around the right edge, 20-30. Hughes on his feet past midfield. being chased by the secondary, finally grabbed around the ankles near the 25-yard line of LA Valley. So Victor Valley, it looked like they were just going to try to avoid the safety on that play. Instead, they end up getting a huge gain. 71 yards on the scramble for Hughes. So LA Valley so close to a touchdown on their offensive drive, thought they had a safety defensively. And now Victor Valley deep into LA Valley territory, 1st and 10. At the 25 for Victor Valley, Hughes remains in the gun, 4 receiver set. He will give it away on 1st down, run to the right side, and Bonner with a pickup inside the 20. He'll go down to about the 18, 7 yards for Bonner. Now with 12 yards on 2 carries. So Georgia quarterback and Georgia running back out there for the Rams. No score, 8 minutes to go, 1st quarter. 2nd and 3 at the 18 for Victor Valley. Keeper for Hughes on this one, and he will get inside the 15. Good for a 1st down to the 14. So 1st down inside the red zone for Victor Valley. 1st and 10 at the 14. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. It will be an end around on this play and gain of a few, but there's a penalty marker down on the field. Darius Allen, the wide receiver, moved from left to right. And looks like this one is going to go against Victor Valley. It's got Gabriel Sadi on the offensive line. Guilty of the hold that will cost Victor Valley 10 yards. And we'll put the ball at the 22. So they need to get it to the 9. 1st down and 13 for Victor Valley. 2 receivers each side. Shotgun snap to Hughes. Hughes gives it away. And it's a run up the gut. New back, Julian Banks, freshman out of Cleveland, Ohio, 6'1", 230 pounds. Got that fullback build. Spot this one at the 17, so gain of about 5. Shotgun snap to Hughes. Hughes looking into the end zone. Jump ball, tipped into the air, and touchdown. Touchdown in the midst of double coverage. It'll be a celebration for Victor Valley. As Darius Allen went deep into the end zone, just 5'6", but won the jump ball. Against 2 men in the Monarchs secondary, I thought on that play that Craig Jones was going to have a chance to take it away. Number 24 on your screen was back there backpedaling in coverage. The throw took a little while to get there. Thought Jones might have a chance at it, but instead it was caught by Allen for the touchdown. So 6-0 Victor Valley, chance to add the extra point. As the kick is up and it is good. So add 1 more to the board as Juan Razzo puts it through. Freshman kicker out of Milwaukee. That's 7-0 Victor Valley, 6:41 to play in the opening quarter. LA Valley will get it back. They took it inside the 1-yard line on their opening drive, but unfortunately that drive stalled. They had a 22-yard field goal blocked. Victor Valley took it into the end zone, but an offside call gave the Monarchs another chance on 4th down. They elected to put the offense on the field, 4th and goal from the 2.5-yard line. And on a quarterback keeper, stuffed just short of the goal line. So the Monarchs did not get points. Victor Valley went 99 yards on their drive. They now lead at 7-0 and 6:41 to go in the opening quarter. So we'll have 5 home games for you this season on sportsnetusa.net. Next one coming in 2 weeks against Long Beach College. Monarchs will be on the road next week at Allen Hancock up in the Santa Barbara area. So 2 men deep for Monarchs in the return game. Leon Courtney on the near side, and Juan Parker on the far side. It is Courtney fielding it on the near side, runs it up to the 30 and then brought down there. Tackle made on the play for Victor Valley by Andy Garcia and their special teams unit. 6:33 to play. Opening quarter, Monarchs looked good offensively on their first series. And see if they can move the ball downfield again. 1st and 10 at their 31. As Jesse Padilla comes out for his second series of work. Star of that first drive was Gary Gandy, 58 yards on 4 carries. As Padilla will be in the gun, 3 receivers left, 1 on the right. It'll be Huff in the backfield to start this drive. Huff hit at the 32, then stays on his feet to the 36. So Huff carrying a couple guys on his back, picks up 5 yards on first down. And sets up a 2nd and 5 for the Monarchs. Sun is now set, no longer in the eyes of the offense as they move from left to right on your screen. 2nd and 5 for the Monarchs from their 36. 6 minutes to go, first quarter. 7-0 Victor Valley. And this run goes nowhere. Hit for a loss of 2. On the play is Huff. So a couple of guys in on that play, including Grant Harris, the linebacker. Another guy out of Georgia for Victor Valley. They've got 3 guys whose names we've already called tonight. So 3rd and a long 7 for the Monarchs. From their 34, need to get to the 41. And trailing 7-0. Padilla in the gun, 4 receiver set. Looking left side, and that one is batted down at the line of scrimmage. And flexing his muscles, celebrating after the play, Samuel Buckner on that defensive line, freshman out of Nashville, Tennessee. So the Monarchs unable to move the football on this drive. They go 3 and out. And we'll have to punt it back to Victor Valley. It'll be 1 man standing deep for the Rams. That is Niles Scafati, freshman out of Las Vegas. So the Victor Valley defense, better showing on that drive, forcing the 3 and out. And now the Monarchs left to give this one away. 3 men set to block for this punt. And is doing the kicking and punting duties. See on your screen? Well, delay of game will cost the Monarchs 5 yards, and now they'll punt this one away from their 29. Scott Conti back here to punt with 3 men in front of him to block. That one nearly blocked. It's a wobbly punt. It'll bounce on the Victor Valley side of the field around the 48. It's scooped up at the 40. Scafanti, despite having traffic in his area, decided to pick it up, and well, it pays off for him. Picks up 5 yards to the 45. It's a 31-yard punt and about a 5-yard return. So Victor Valley will begin, or we're set to begin at their 45. Officials discussing something. I didn't see a flag come down on the play, but officials are sorting something out on the far side of the field. Well, that's a costly penalty for Victor Valley. Ontarius Smith was called for jumping over that 3-man punch shield that the Monarchs set up. That's a 15-yard personal foul penalty. And most importantly for the Monarchs, that means an automatic first down. So the Monarchs offense will get another chance at this as they retake the field. They'll have a first down at their 44. Now 5:14 to play, opening quarter. 7-0 Victor Valley. As the Monarchs will go back to work at their 44. New quarterback on the field is Justin Gueye. And a quick snap on first down and a quick hit at the 40-yard line. So Ramon Huff stuffed for a 4-yard loss on the first play of this extended drive, and it'll be 2nd and 14 at the 40 for LA Valley. So they've been given some new life thanks to the penalty on the punt. And now time to take advantage of it. Monarchs come into the season very, very short-handed. Took to the final week of the preseason to clear a 50-man roster. And then it was another challenge making sure everybody was eligible. So the Monarchs are playing short-handed tonight. This pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage and will take a tumble well short of any receiver. So 3rd and 14 coming up. And you know, sometimes these are just some of the challenges you expect when you do make a coaching change for the Monarchs. The hire took a little bit longer than they thought, but they feel very good about Lester Towns taking over this program. But when you get the coach in place late, that hurts with recruiting. And these guys still getting comfortable with each other offensively and defensively. So tonight will be a challenge in many ways for the Monarchs, but they've been competitive thus far, and a timeout taken. So Coach Towns will spend the first of his 3 timeouts in the first half. Comes with 4:27 on the clock in the opening quarter. 7-0 Victor Valley leading the Monarchs. Return in a moment for Third Down on SportsNetUSA.net. So LA Valley spends their first time out, and the offense comes back to the field. 3rd and 14 from their 40. Trailing 7-0, 4:27 to play, opening quarter. Justin Goeye out of the gun and looking downfield, nobody open, and he's wrapped up around the ankles. Quarterback sack on the play, Erie Lawrence, freshman linebacker out of Nashville, Tennessee. Gets the sack on the play. And 4th and a mile for the Monarchs, so unable to take advantage of that second opportunity after the penalty on the punt gave them an automatic first down. And now LA Valley will have to punt this one away again. There's a new punter out there. I think that's Harry Hobson, if I'm reading that correctly, number 44. As Scott Conti is not out there for this punt. So Hobson, back behind his 20, gets this one away cleanly. It'll bounce at the 44 on the Victor Valley side of the field. Looked like it nearly hit one of the Victor Valley players who had his back turned to the football. Fortunately for the Rams, they avoid that disaster. Ball is down by the Monarchs at the 37-yard line. And Victor Valley will get their second look offensively. They lead at 7-0, 99-yard touchdown drive to start this game. Hughes, the quarterback, found Allen in the back right corner of the end zone. On that first drive for the Rams, again, they lead at 7-0, 3.5 minutes to go, opening quarter. Hughes starting out of the gun on first down. He will give it away, and a run to the left side is taken by Bonner, and Bonner picks up a few ahead of the 45 out to the 47. So 5-yard pickup for Bonner. He's got 17 yards on the night. He'll remain in the backfield on second down over the right shoulder of Hughes and staying in the gun, 4-receiver set. LA Valley putting 5 men in the box. That's a run straight ahead, and Bonner picks up the first down into Monarch territory to the 48. So 5 more yards for Bonner, 2 carries, 10 yards on this drive. And Victor Valley running the no-huddle offense. They'll switch backs here. Julian Banks comes out to give Bonner a rest. Banks lining up on the left side of Hughes. Was not been under center at all tonight. He's staying in the gun. 4-man front for the Monarchs. as they will rush. There's a penalty flag on the field as Hughes takes it himself inside the 40 up to the 39. He's going to be close to a first down. It was about a 9-yard pickup. There's that flag back at the line of scrimmage as we wait for a ruling from our referee. Well, Victor Valley is backing up. So that's a break for the Monarchs. Instead of a 9-yard run for Victor Valley, they'll have to back it up 5 yards. So 1st and 15, Victor Valley at their 47. The Banks in the backfield. Hughes makes the shotgun snap, gives it away to Banks, run to the right side, and Banks gets close to the original line of scrimmage. So they get back the penalty, and then 1 yard more moves it back into Monarch territory as well. So about 5.5, 6 yards on the play. We'll call it a gain of 6. For Banks, so 2nd and 9 coming up for Victor Valley. They'll make another change at running back. So our 3rd running back of this series is out there. This time to Sean Brown, number 21, out there, but they'll attempt a pass to the right side. That one batted down at the line of scrimmage. Looking for Samaje Brewer, sophomore out of Kansas, Missouri, but ball never made its way to Brewer. So Brewer had a nice game in the meeting between these two teams last year. One of his seven touchdowns on the year came against the Monarchs, but LA Valley squeaked out a 22-14 victory on opening night last year at Victor Valley. That included a 15-0 performance in the second half. So LA Valley trailing early in this one. Looking for another comeback win. 3rd and 9. Victor Valley at the 47 of LA Valley, looking downfield and complete to the 30-yard line. Catch made chest high by Gabriel Trujillo, freshman out of Victorville, so playing in his hometown, and that's good for a first down for Victor Valley. Took a few steps back, so it'll go as 16 yards on the stat sheet. First and 10 from the 33 of LA Valley. Victor Valley keeps it on the ground and spinning his way into the red zone for a first down pickup goes to Sean Brown. So Brown from the 33 down to the 18, 15 yards for him. And Victor Valley moving the ball very well so far tonight. 7-0 their lead. 1st and 10 from the Monarchs 18. Quarterback keeper Hughes takes it inside the 5, and he sets up a 1st and goal. Finally tackled at the 4. 14-yard scramble for Hughes. He's got 89 on the night. The highlight of that being a 71-yard run on the opening drive. So final minute of the first quarter, 7-0 Victor Valley. Monarchs trying to avoid falling 2 scores behind. Brown stays in the backfield and will get the handoff out of the gun, but nowhere to run as he looks for an opening on the right side. Stop for no gain on the play. Now 2nd and goal at the 4 for Victor Valley. Rams can run this clock down all the way to the end of the quarter should they choose, and it looks like they will elect that option. So the Victor Valley offense heading back to their bench. That's how the first quarter will come to a close. 7-0 Victor Valley. And they will have 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line as the teams switch sides when we begin the second quarter. So 7-0 Victor Valley. LA Valley looking for that goal line stand. We'll return for the second quarter in a moment. You're watching LA Valley College Football on SportsNetUSA.net. So 1 quarter on the books. LA Valley trailing 7-0 early and trying to avoid falling behind 2 scores. 2nd and goal for Victor Valley as they will now go from left to right as we begin the second quarter. Monarchs looking for that goal line stand. The Victor Valley offense has looked strong to start this season. An opening night for both teams. First play of the second quarter, 7-0 Victor Valley. Hughes in the gun, Brown to his right. They fake the handoff, and Hughes on the keeper will take it into the end zone, right side untouched for the touchdown. So 13-0 Victor Valley. This time it's Hughes running it in from 4 yards out. 13-0 Victor Valley as they'll have a chance to kick the extra point here in a moment. The Monarchs beat Victor Valley on opening night last year on the road, 22-14. Victor Valley looking for some revenge tonight. Their offenses looked particularly strong. Defense not so good on the opening drive. LA Valley took it inside the 1, but then forced the 3 and out to set up this offensive series for Victor Valley. Extra point is up, and it is good. So 14-0 Victor Valley. LA Valley about to get the ball back, and we'll try to cut this deficit in half. Now, sky a couple different colors right now. The sun has already set off to the right side, but now a mix of orange and pink over the palm trees well out to our right. A pretty nice night in Valley Glen this evening. Temperature at kickoff was 85 degrees, dropped a few now. It's at 81 in the Valley. Not as quite as hot as it was earlier in the week when it was over 100 in the Valley. It can be pretty hot, especially on a turf field. Those black stones that they build the field with get pretty hot. With the lights turned on at the Monarchs Stadium tonight. New lights installed for this season for LA Valley, and they're pretty bright. Looking right into a few of them myself here at the 50-yard line from the press box. So a lot of upgrades at the school and the stadium over the last several seasons. I started building those about 5-6 years ago, and then they were in place for the 2015 season, and you can tell that made a tremendous difference for this program. The players came in, a lot of out-of-state players, simply because back home there was nothing like this. So Monarchs have enjoyed some success over the last few seasons. Highlight being that 11-0 year in 2016. It's a short kick on first down as something flew into the press box. And meanwhile, there's a return to the left side taken up to the 30-yard line. So LA Valley will have decent field position. Leon Courtney set that up. That was a pretty loud thud on the press box window. A moment ago, almost like somebody threw a football up here, but players immune to that on the field, and Courtney will be credited 1 extra yard, so Monarchs will start at their 31. As they come back onto the field offensively, it'll be a second offensive series for the new quarterback, Justin Goye. We have freshman quarterback out of Grand Blanc, Michigan. And he will work out of the gun on first down. 3 receivers to his right. Now one of them move over to the left, so 2 on each side. Gandy in the backfield, and on an option play, Justin will take it himself up the middle between the hashes and picks up 4 to the 35. So positive yardage on first down. We'll set up second down and 6 for the Monarchs. And they ran the ball very effectively on that opening drive. They started at their 38, took it all the way down to the 1. Unfortunately, couldn't get any points on the board, but with the running game has been strong for the Monarchs, as they will huddle up. Play clock at 10 as they reach the line of scrimmage. 1 minute into the second quarter, 14-0 Victor Valley. Monarchs trying to carve into that. Justin Guy out of the gun. T formation running back to each side of him. They'll get whistles on the field as the play clock hits 0. Monarchs unable to get that snap off. And that will cost him 5 yards. So gone are the 4 yards they picked up on first down. And they lose 1 more. So 2nd and 11. LA Valley from their 30. They need the 41 for a first down. They'll stick with the T formation. Justin Guy in the backfield. 1 running back over each shoulder. And he will dump it off left side. And Victor Valley not fooled as they meet Ramon Huff behind the line of scrimmage. Is a loss of 7 on the play at the 23. We got to credit the secondary and the linebacking core for Victor Valley swarming that play quickly. So a loss of 7 on the play. That'll be 3rd and a long 17 back at the 24. As there's an injured Victor Valley player on the field being tended to by the training staff for the Rams. So while the Rams take a knee, LA Valley will get the benefit of a free timeout here, talk about how they want to handle things offensively. Wouldn't expect anything too wild here. 3rd and 17 deep on their own side of the field. And good news for the Rams, Ariki Bogan, number 7 out of Greenville, Alabama, able to leave the field under his own power. So hopefully nothing too serious for him as he heads back to the bench. But minute and a half into the second quarter, 14-0 Victor Valley. 3rd and 17 for LA Valley at their own 24. Guy in the gun, 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. So he will throw short over the middle. It's complete across the 35, but short of the first down. Catch made by Cade Cordasco, one of the few returning players from last year's roster, sophomore out of Calabasas. But short of the first down by about 4 yards, and that will send the punting unit onto the field. So back to punt this one away is Harry Hobson. Be his second punt of the night. As he gets this one away, it will bounce at the 30 of Victor Valley. We'll scoop it up at the 25. And room to run on the left side. A flag comes out as it crosses midfield. Scatafi at the 25 of LA Valley. This one's coming back 9 times out of 10. That's going to be holding during the return. And Victor Valley won't be anywhere near the 25-yard line of the Monarchs by the time that penalty is enforced. So a couple of special teams gaffes for Victor Valley tonight. What we presume is going to be a holding penalty on this return. There was the illegal jump on an LA Valley punt near the end of the first quarter. The only thing remains to be seen is where this one will eventually be spotted. The flag was thrown around midfield, so I'd expect the ball to be somewhere around the 40 of Victor Valley, but officials still talking things over, figuring out where they're going to spot this football. So it wasn't a hold, actually an illegal block, which is 15 yards, not 10 yards. And Victor Valley will be at their 25. So evidently the first of 2 penalties, which LA Valley accepted, took place at the 40. So effectively a 50-yard penalty against Victor Valley. So 12:26 on the clock, second quarter, 14-0. Victor Valley, they have it back at their 25. So Monarchs looking for a stop. 2 defensive series for the Monarchs tonight. Both have resulted in touchdowns. So looking for that defensive breakthrough. Lester Towns, the third, comes from the defensive side of the ball. So he got the head coaching gig during the offseason. Former defensive coordinator at Glendale. Also spent some time as an assistant at Portland State University and University of Alabama. Back away, so he's had a ton of experience during his football career. 1st and 10 from the 25, handoff left side. And hit at the 27 or so is Bonner. So gain of 2, 24 yards for Bonner on the night. It'll be 2nd and 8 for Victor Valley from their 27. So Hughes remains in the gun. Hughes, touchdown pass, a touchdown run for him tonight. He's looked very good as the new quarterback for the Rams this evening. Fakes the handoff to Bonner, and now Hughes will take it himself around the right edge. 40, first down and more, 50. 40 of the Monarchs, and tripped up in the secondary around the 30. As finally the play made for the Monarchs by Keshawn Harris, defensive back out of Gardena. It was about a 45-yard run, but holding on the play. And Harris is going to lose that run. Or Hughes, rather, will lose that run. Thanks to Harris, the Well, Harris made the tackle, but the holding penalty backs Victor Valley all the way to the original line of scrimmage, which is the 25. So 2nd and 10 for Victor Valley at the 25-yard line. So nearly a 50-yard penalty on the punt return and about a 45-yard penalty effectively on the hold there. 2nd and 10 from their 25. Dump off to the left side. Catch made at the 30 and then a quick hit around the 32. Catch made by Andy Garcia, the wide receiver for Victor Valley. So 3rd down, about 3 to go from the 32 for Victor Valley. LA Valley looking for a defensive stand. They can deny the 1st down, and this play should get it back on a 4th down punt. 3rd down and 3 from the 32 for Victor Valley. The snap and a handoff, but a whistle whistle deadens the play. Timeout, LA Valley. That's the 2nd of their 3 timeouts charged in the first half. 10:52 on the clock. And a huge defensive play coming up for the Monarchs, facing a 3rd and 3. Victor Valley at their 32. And LA Valley already behind 2 touchdowns, wants to get this ball back and avoid falling any further behind. Game started off very strong for the Monarchs. They got the ball first. They started at their 38, drove it deep into Victor Valley territory, set up a 1st and goal. They got as close as the 1-yard line where the 4th down play fell dead. So no points for the Monarchs. Victor Valley turned around, went 99 yards for a score, followed up with a 2nd touchdown on their ensuing series. So 14-0 where we stand now. And Monarchs have not gotten a 1st down since that opening drive, but an opportunity to get the ball back here, make a big defensive play. Monarchs playing shorthanded tonight. It was about a month ago, they only had about 30 guys on the roster. They're up to 54 now, but still working to get everybody eligible for the season. So LA Valley playing shorthanded tonight, as they will much of the early part of this season. In a transition year, new coach, a lot of new players. 3rd and 3, Victor Valley from their 32. Victor Valley up 14-0. Monarchs looking for the ball back. 10:52 to go, 2nd quarter. Hughes in the gun. Bogan in the backfield. And on the keeper. And is taken up to the 34, but LA Valley gets the stop. Victor Valley needed 3. Hughes only gets 2. And that should send out the punting unit for Victor Valley. It'll be a 4th and 1 from their 34. And the Monarchs celebrating initially, but now they have an injured defenseman down on the field near the end of the play, so he's being tended to by the training staff. And we'll have an official's timeout while the trainers deal with that on the field. Looks like that is Harry Hobson, who we've seen in the punting unit so far tonight, but also a linebacker out of Australia. Played his high school ball at Calabasas after coming to North America. So as he's helped off the field, LA Valley celebrating, anticipating a punt, which will get them the ball back. But nice defensive stand there for the Monarchs, as Hughes had run wild against the Monarchs defense so far in this 1st quarter. In fact, 91 yards for him, including a 71-yard scramble on the opening drive offensively for Victor Valley. So good stop there for the Monarchs. They'll get this ball back, but wait a second. Victor Valley puts their offense back on the field. Hughes is in the gun, 4th and 1 from the 34. They'll snap it. They will allow Hughes to keep it as he goes up the middle after faking a handoff, and Hughes has the 1st down to the 39, 5 yards on the 4th and 1. And LA Valley thinking they were going to force the punt. But Victor Valley rolls the dice. Each side now has converted a 4th down in the first half tonight. And a 1st down for Victor Valley, 1st and 10 from their 39, up 14-0. It's a Bogan on 1st down, and Bogan across the 40 up to about the 42. So 3 yards for him. Sixth man to get a carry out of the backfield tonight for Victor Valley. It's a pretty deep offensive unit. Again, the Rams just 3-7 this year, but hoping for a much better season this year. LA Valley 7-3 a year ago, including that opening night win on the road at Victor Valley, 22-14 on opening night last September. 9.5 to play, first half, 14-0 Victor Valley. 2nd and 7 from their 42. Hughes out of the backfield, hit as he throws it deep down the sideline and intercepted. Intercepted at the 30-yard line by LA Valley. Awana Parker with the interception. Flag comes out at the end of it. And the Monarchs hoping that that's just something after the end of the play and not some kind of interference. But a big interception by Awan Parker, and one of the officials making the pushing motion. I think this is going to be pass interference. Well, it wasn't on Parker. It was called on Earl Hollyman, number 9 for the Monarchs. And that robs Awan Parker of an interception. Robs the Monarchs of a much-needed turnover, which would have changed some of the momentum in this game. And, well, this isn't a spot foul. The ball is being placed way downfield initially, and now they're getting that corrected. So a 15-yard penalty, but really just a punch to the gut for the Monarchs. Thought they had come up with their first turnover of the season. Would have shifted a lot of this momentum, but instead, pass interference away from the ball goes against the Monarchs and robs Parker of the interception. 1st and 10, Victor Valley at the 43 of the Monarchs, already leading 14-0. Shotgun snap to Hughes, handoff to Bogan, and Bogan is going to get the first down as he crosses the 40 down to about the 37. Actually going to say his knee hit the ground, so the gain of about 7 on the play. No huddle offense for Victor Valley. 2nd and 3 from the LA Valley 37. Snap a little bit high. Hughes handles it and gives it away to Bogan, but Bogan going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of half a yard on this play as they'll spot it at the 36. So 3rd and about 3 to go for Victor Valley. So LA Valley has made a couple of nice plays on this drive. Unfortunately, Victor Valley has converted a 4th down. And thanks to a penalty, an interception was taken away. So Victor Valley, 3rd and 3 from the Monarch 36-yard line. Need to get it to the 33. There's Hughes being chased in the backfield on the option, pitches it to the right side as he tosses it to Bonner, and Bonner runs out of bounds around the 32, 33. It's going to depend on the spot. So one official has it at the 32, and that will be a first down as the chain gang will move as we go inside of 8 minutes in the first half. 14-0 Victor Valley. Monarchs desperately need a stop. Really cannot afford to go down 3 touchdowns. As Hughes in the gun, 1st and 10 from the Monarch 33. And big loss on this play, option play. He tossed it to Bonner, and Bonner hit all the way back at the 35-yard line. So loss of 3 on the play. So Hobson credited with the tackle. Second and 13, Victor Valley at their 35 of the Monarchs. Juan Parker thought he had an interception a few moments ago. That was negated by a penalty, so the Monarchs need another stop. Hughes being pressured in the backfield, able to toss it downfield and floats it inside the 5-yard line. But that one hits the ground. He was looking on the play for Samaje Brewer, who had that touchdown against the Monarchs last year. A couple of men deep for LA Valley, including Sidney Shermans. Thought I saw him back there, number 6. So Simmons in coverage on the play. He will once again cover Brewer, and we'll get a timeout on the field. Now, first timeout for Victor Valley In the first half, they have 2 remaining. LA Valley has 1. 6:55 to go, first half, 14-0 Victor Valley. They will face a 3rd and 13 from the Monarch 35. When we come back, you're watching LA Valley College Football on SportsNetUSA.net. The players making their way back to the field following the Victor Valley timeout. Their first of the half, 6:55 to play. Second quarter, 14-0 Victor Valley, 3rd and 13 for the Rams at the LA Valley 35. So the Monarchs, chance to get off the field here. The 3rd and long. Hughes out of the gun. 2 receivers left, a tight end and receiver on the right. Hughes rolling to his left under pressure and falls to the ground. Has lost his footing on the turf as he goes down at the 44. Hobson was in pursuit. Harry Hobson, the linebacker, coming in from the left side. And now it'll be 4th and a mile for Victor Valley. So it'll be 4th and about 23. Well, forget all that. Kyle Cordasco on the defensive line called for a face mask. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down, wipes out the sack. And that is the second really big play that the Monarchs have lost on this drive. Juan Parker had an interception. That one taken away by a penalty. And now the sack, which would have brought up 4th and 23, taken away by a face mask penalty. Automatic first down, 1st and 10 at the 20 for Victor Valley. They try to add to a 14-0 lead. Handoff to Banks going to the left side, 15-10. Banks on his feet inside the 5. Flag comes down as he takes a tumble around the 3-yard line as it stands at the 17-yard run for Banks. But that flag comes out, and the Monarchs hoping that that's a hold against the offense. That the Monarchs have Well, the Monarchs have been the more penalized team tonight, but this time it finally goes against Victor Valley. Brewer called for holding on the offense. It'll be 1st and 11 as Victor Valley spotted at the 21 of LA Valley. 6:20 to play. First half, 14-0 Victor Valley. Monarchs still looking for that big defensive stand. Handoff up the middle and picking up a few. This play goes to Sean Brown, freshman out of Apple Valley. So he'll take it to the 17, a 4-yard gain. 19 yards for Brown on the night. Leading rusher for Victor Valley tonight is their quarterback, Hughes, who has 96 yards. Going a 71-yarder on the opening drive of the game. Staying in the backfield is Brown on 3rd down. Or 2nd down, rather. 2nd down and about 8 to go at the 18-yard line of Victor Valley inside the red zone. So Brown to the right side of Hughes. 2 receivers right, 1 on the left. Hughes takes a shotgun snap, rolls to his right, looking in the end zone. Nothing there, then decides to take off with it. Hit at the 15. And then able to stay on his feet to about the 13 before LA Valley finally swallows him up. So 5 more yards for Hughes. That moves him over 100 on the night. But for LA Valley, they bring up a 3rd down. 3rd down and 3. Ball at their 13-yard line. Hughes in the gun. Brown to his right. Handoff goes to Brown. Brown to the left side. Brown running horizontally, and he's hit back at the 15-yard line as Craig Jones chased him all the way back from the secondary to make that hit. So it's a loss of 3 on the play. He's actually going to mark that at the 16. So it'll be 4th and 6. I don't see any flags for the moment. It seems every time LA Valley's made a big play defensively, there's been a flag to foul that takes it away. But at least for now, looks like this one will be a clean tackle for a loss by Craig Jones. So 4th and 6. At the 16-yard line, it would be a 33-yard field goal. And Victor Valley sends the special teams unit out, and they will. So we really can't argue this call. It would make it a 3-possession game. It'll be a 35-yard kick for Victor Valley. The kick is up. It is well short as it takes a tumble in the end zone. I think somebody got a piece of that on the line of scrimmage. Juan Arazo never had a chance. Kick that one low to the ground. Defensive line for LA Valley blocks that one. And well, that's a good series for LA Valley. I mean, look, there were hiccups along the way. 2 big plays negated by penalties, but they make the big tackle for a loss on 3rd down. Then they get the blocked field goal on 4th down. And they get off the field without allowing any points, keep it a 2-possession game. And LA Valley has struggled offensively tonight, but they had a really good-looking first drive. Got it to the 1-yard line, so Monarchs still feeling like they're going to have their chances before the night is done. 4 minutes to play. Opening half, 1st and 10 for LA Valley as they take over at their 20, trailing 14-0. And before we get a look at this Monarch offense again, Victor Valley calls a timeout. That's their second charge timeout, so both teams down to just 1 remaining in the first half, 4 minutes to play, and 14-0. Victor Valley with the lead will step away for the timeout. You're watching LA Valley College football on sportsnetusa.net. Monarchs coming back to the field. 4 minutes to go first half. They trail 14-0 after a big defensive stand on 3rd and 4th down. They'll begin at their 20. Justin Guy working out of the gun. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Picks up about 2 to the 22. Where the defensive line gets in there for Victor Valley, among others. David Freeman on the defensive line involved with that tackle for the Rams. So 3:30 and counting on the clock. Monarchs taking a much more slow and methodical approach offensively than Victor Valley as they've run the no huddle. Monarchs have huddled before every play. Guy in the backfield, Gandy to his right. 2 receivers each side. Blitz coming from Victor Valley as Guy hit as he throws. Ball slips out. Monarchs recover it. And will land on the 20-yard line at the original line of scrimmage where this drive began. Gregory Nathaniel on the offensive line. Freshman, or sophomore rather, out of Philadelphia. Fell on that ball and looks a generous spot. Going to put that one at the 22. I thought he landed at the 20, but well, Monarchs will take a 3rd and 8. A little bit easier than 3rd and 10. And we'll get an official's timeout. There is an injured Monarch down on the field at the 40-yard line. So while he's tended to, just remind you how we got to this point tonight. Monarchs started with the football, started at their 38. They took it 62 yards downfield. Unfortunately, they needed 62 and a half. And couldn't punch it in. Fell short on a 4th and goal play inside the 1-yard line. So Victor Valley took over. They went 99 yards, just running the ball madly downfield. Quarterback Hughes, a 71-yard run on that play, and drive capped off with a toss into the end zone. Reception made by Darius Allen. So 7-0 Victor Valley at that point. They eventually doubled their lead as Hughes ran it in on a keeper. So 14-0 Victor Valley. As the injured player for the Monarchs was Sidney Sermons, number 6. So he'll check out. 3rd and 8 for LA Valley, 3:11 to play first half. LA Valley at their 22, trailing 14-0. Jesse Padilla, who started the game at quarterback, is back in. He's got Gandy. Started over his right shoulder, now moves over to his left. 4 receiver set, 2 on each side. Shotgun snap, Padilla looking over the middle. That one's intercepted. Intercepted at the 27. And taking it inside the Tyler Hermanson, the linebacker out of Las Vegas, picked that one off. As Padilla looking over the middle, not sure if he just locked eyes with Hermanson or what happened on that play, but the turnover gives it back to Victor Valley, and they will start inside the red zone. Chance to make this a 3-possession game. So 1st and 10 at the 17 following the interception for Victor Valley. It'll be Hughes out of the gun, 4 receiver set. And Brown will be the featured back, a lone man in the backfield. Play clock at 10. It's a high snap. Hughes handles it, gives it away to Brown, and Brown charging ahead to the 15 before he runs into that defensive line for the Monarchs. So 2-yard gain, it'll be 2nd and 8. 21 yards for Brown on the night. So Victor Valley has primarily moved the ball on the ground tonight. I believe they only have 4 completed passes on the evening for 53 yards unofficially. Brown will stay in the backfield to the left side of Hughes, 2nd and 8 from the 15-yard line. Trying to add to a 14-0 lead. Hughes takes a shotgun snap, rolling to his left, looks to the end zone, nothing there, then tries to check it off short. But a low throw into the turf, intended for Darius Allen. And that one falls incomplete. So 3rd down and 8 coming up. Victor Valley at the 15 of the Monarchs. Monarchs with a tackle for a loss on a 3rd down play last drive. Then blocked a field goal on 4th down. So Monarchs looking for their 2nd straight defensive stand late in the first half. 3rd and 8, Victor Valley from the Monarch 15. And I think we're going to get a timeout. Officials blow the whistles. Well, they're going to let Victor Valley make a substitution to the bench. Goes Andy Garcia entering the game. Is the tight end, number 87, Deshaun Curtis. And he'll line up on the left side of the field. And now we get another timeout on the field. This time Victor Valley will be charged their 3rd and final timeouts. The official's a bit generous, letting the Rams make that offensive substitution. Won't allow it a 2nd time, so Victor Valley has to spend that final timeout. Comes with 2:17 on the clock. And Victor Valley with a 14-0 lead. So the Monarchs looking to get off the field and keep this a 2-score game. Defense started slowly but looked much better on the last drive. They made the stand on 3rd and 4th downs, but they had 2 big plays earlier in that drive that were taken away, including what would have been an Awan Parker interception. The Monarchs with the new coach this season, Lester Towns. Towns, a former defensive coordinator for Glendale College last season. And his defensive coordinator this year, Torrey Hughes. So no doubt coaches Towns and Hughes talking to the defense about how they want to handle this. It's been primarily a rushing attack for Victor Valley tonight. Hughes, the quarterback, has shown an ability to run himself, so you got to account for him on the field. And see who the featured back is on this play. They've run 6 different guys out there. This time it will be, looks like they're going to send out number 7, Ariki Bogan, freshman out of Greenville, Alabama. So he's to the right of Hughes. Receiver and a tight end on the right. 2 receivers on the left, 3rd and 8. Victor Valley from the 15 of the Monarchs. On an end around, they will give it away to Allen, and Allen stuffed for a 5-yard loss at the 20. So the LA Valley defense coming up big After the interception, put Victor Valley inside the red zone to start this drive. And 4th and long coming up for Victor Valley. It'll be 4th and 10. Actually, 4th and about 12. At the 20, offense will stay on the field inside of 2 minutes. 4th and 12 at the 20-yard line of the Monarchs. Hughes in the gun. Got Bogan to his right. Man in motion is Allen. Hughes rolling back under pressure, floats it to the back of the end zone, and Craig Jones breaks it up 5 yards deep into the Monarch end zone. So the Monarchs will celebrate another defensive stand as Hughes felt the heat coming, had to get rid of that ball maybe a little sooner than he would have liked, and floated that one up. Didn't get quite as much juice as he wanted on it. Craig Jones saw it, read the football perfectly, and played that perfect balance of playing against the man and the ball, where if you only play the ball, you're going to get flagged for interference, but you can know where your man is, don't make too much contact, get the benefit of the doubt there, and a nice jump at the end of the play. Craig Jones breaking that one up. So 14-0, the score remains. Minute 31 for the Monarchs to work with as they will run a wildcat on this drive, and first down, that one goes nowhere. Cade Cordasco. The receiver came around from left to right, took the handoff, and he lost about 6 yards on that play. The ball moves from the 20 to the 14, and at this point, the Monarchs may be content to just run out the clock. Now with the defense starting to find their rhythm, Monarchs will have the intermission to talk about how they want to get back on track offensively. Monarchs went 62 yards on their opening drive, have not picked up a first down since then. 55 seconds to play, first half, 14-0 Victor Valley, 2nd and 16 for the Monarchs at their 14. It's a shotgun snap to Huff running the Wildcat, and he picks up 3 to the 17. So Huff with 6 yards on the night. It's been Gary Gandy. He's been the lead rusher for the Monarchs, 58 yards, most of them coming on the opening drive. Not sure if maybe something's bothering him on the sideline, but he's seen very limited action since that first drive. It could be our final offensive play of the first half. 3-second differential between game clock and play clocks. The Monarchs will have to snap this ball. 3rd and 12 from their own 18. And it's a handoff to Gandy, and Gandy loses, well, actually going to mark him at the line of scrimmage at the 18, and that will bring the first half to its conclusion. So 14-0 Victor Valley leading this one at the half. LA Valley with 2 nice defensive stands to close out the first half, though. So I think despite the score right now, some things to feel good about if you're the Monarchs going into halftime. In fact, the defense stood tall. Last 2 drives, couple tackles for losses. There was a blocked field goal near the end of the second quarter. And offensively, LA Valley just got to find a way to get back to what they did on that first drive. I think that should involve giving the ball to Gary Gandy more often. Victor Valley will start for it with the second half, and get our score at the break, 14-0 Victor Valley. Catch you in 20 minutes when we return. You're watching LA Valley College Football on SportsNetUSA.net.